And we can quickly have a look at the preview to see how it is going to be played, what is important to think about when driving this one. So starts out with the underwater section, and here you have wet tires, water wheels, which makes this looping very difficult. Plastic and water is a very gripless combination, and then this uphill turn will be very scary down the hill, and the map ends with you hoverboarding across the water here. Difficult turn to manage. It's not something the players usually do. And then you just have to full speed commit into the last turn and drop down into the finish. That is how this one is best done. But it is perhaps the most difficult map in the map pack that we're starting with. So for the players, this is a really big test right off the bat. And we are live with the finals. The top 4 players are ready to duke it out. It is first to win 2 maps today that qualifies to Trackmania Grand League. And in order to win a map, you simply have to gather 4 points on a map. So let us see who can manage it the best. Here we go. Tell your friends it's happening. Right here, right now. And we're into the very first round on board with Solja. For this one, the winner of the regular season with 4 champion medals, 2 gold medals, and overall a outstanding win-loss ratio. Looks like he is having some slight internet problems here though, so we'll go over to Link for now. But it's a close battle out of the first couple of turns. No longer wet tires across another plastic turn. But Solja here, let's hope his connection is stable, because he is in the lead right now. Although going a bit back and forth here up the hill, this is a very difficult turn. You can see Wolfsal crashed out. You want to keep about 300 speed there. Link sliding out as well. So McQuattro right on Solja's heels here into the hoverboard part. Gotta drop down, wait for the second water bounce before you steer into the turn. And Solja is doing that masterfully. 58.06 to start us off here. Although a bit hard to follow how exactly he achieved that time. But still some room for improvement here. The world record is a 57.12 by Mime. And we have seen in the previous steps players get pace of around 57.5. So, but as long as Solja's internet holds through here, we'll be alright, good to go. Second round in. And we're on board with Link, who lost a bit of time in the plastic loop. Here got a beautiful no slide to get a lot of speed here. Is he gonna make it to the corner? Oh, using all the space there. And catches up a little bit. McQuattro goes into the wall, into the uphill now. All top 3 survives that turn, it looks like. But very hard to keep track of, I gotta admit. Doing my very best here. The second water bounce is when you can steer into the turn. Wolfsal with a wide line, and it should be Solja with the advantage to win that one. And oh, looks like he crashed the finish. Wolfsal takes it for a 1-1 scoreline. Yeah, no, I'm not sure what exactly is going on there, but what more can we do? Let's just follow the players that we can. Wolfsal wide on the first turn, slid out due to the water physics. Here on this bank turn, you want to go high and keep the speed into the grass turn while not clipping your tire. Can be pretty difficult to do. Then the plastic no slide, where usually you want to slide, but it's actually faster to not slide in that turn. The players figured out quite early on. And here in the uphill, if you're just a little too fast, over 300, you will lose grip and just crash right into the wall like McQuattro in the downhill. Going a bit too fast. Still Solja in the lead by 0.4. Just looking at the splits here. Wolfsal, though, a bit wide on the turn, not really getting much closer, and that is Solja taking another point. Wolfsal 900s behind. Solja playing like an Enderman here in the in the first 3 rounds. Some new racing lines that we haven't really seen before in the Trackmania scene. Looks like they're gonna take a pause here to see if they can get that issue sorted. But yeah, no, so the thing that's very interesting about Trackmania is, like, in another esport, this would have been just like, okay, we can't continue. But here, you're not really interacting directly with your opponents. Like, the server will register your result. It's just gonna register it slower, but the result is still valid. So no issues there, but it is, of course, hard to watch. So that's why I think we're taking a pause to fix this. Get it sorted, but still a good start for Soldier. Let's hope that connection issues dissipate. But yeah, let's have a look at an onboard run here, meanwhile. And I can just finally talk you through the map a little bit. So, already in the start here, you'll see that this water part is very difficult. Because if you lose grip here at any point, the car will start to slide. Very difficult to control with wet tires. Here you get onto the dirt, the tires dry up, and you have a normal grip once again. You want to go high up on the bank turn, early into the left to get to the platform. And then here, the players steer very gently, usually, to prevent the car from sliding. That is faster than what you see here in the replay. And then into the underwater part. You are fragile here, so crashing would be bad. You want to barely stay under 300 speed to avoid lifting off in the uphill. Steer gently in the downhill to prevent a slide from happening. And now, in the ending, you want to steer in on the second water bound. So 1, 2, then you can start turning. And the tighter left you go, the more space you have to work with for this final full speed part into the finish. And that is how Mime here has the world record. That was like a low 57 run. You want to get around there to ensure you win the round. So Soldier's 58.06 that he won the first round with. It's a good time, but I think the players know all they can do a little faster here. And there's a lot to be fought for in second half. So yeah, Soldier is reconnecting here, I think. You can see 3 players on the server still getting some warm-up in. But really interesting, like, what's at stake here, what this would mean for the players. McQuattro has been in the top scene of Trackmania for the past 4 years, but never really made it, like, all the way, you know? He's been in the World Cup qualifiers, gotten to the top 16. He's been in the Trackmania Grand League Challenger finals before, even in the head-to-head matches, but did not win and qualify for Tmgl. If he could do it today, that would be massive. Right now at 0 points on the first map, but this might not be his best one. He's really good at tech, at drifting maps. Link as well, really good at tech maps. Has been in Trackmania Grand League before. Lost his spot, I think 2 seasons ago now. And has been trying to get it back. Really, really good. And also showing the fighting spirit to try to come back after dropping out of the league. Wosal as well has been in the top for a long time. But, you know, they're all, like, ready to take that next step. He's also been knocking on the door a couple of times, but not gotten through. And this season, I think he's really shown, like, he's been getting, was it 3 champion medals? 2? I think it was 3 champion medals out of 6 steps in the Challenger. So, like, he's been having a great season. His pace has been getting faster. He's been getting more consistent. And yeah, it's looking like TMGL level. But the raid boss that they all have to overcome is Soldier. Because let me just show you the standings. I think you'll get what I mean if I show you this right here. This was the regular season standings. Soldier with 4 champion medals, 2 gold, and 0 silver and 0 bronze. But what you don't actually see there is his win-loss ratio, because that is something to behold. During the regular season, let me find it here. I think he had a 24-6 win-loss ratio in every match he played. You see if I can dig this info up here while we wait for Soldier to get back on the server. Still waiting for that. Will we have it here, perhaps? No, not seeing it. Oh, it might be... Oh, I know where I can find it. Well, let me find it here. But yeah, Soldier has been incredible. And if anyone can beat him today, they're going to have to play some of their best Trackmania. In the regular season, they played 30 matches. Soldier had 24-6 win-loss ratio. Vosal had 20 wins, 10 losses. McQuattro had 22 wins, 8 losses. And Link in fourth there, 20 wins and 10 losses. So they're all around the same level, but you really felt like during the regular season, like it was somehow easier for Soldier. Like he really was not struggling a lot with getting those wins. But now he's against the other top 3 players of the league. We'll see if that still holds true as he's back on the server now. We might be getting going again. Oh, it looks a lot better for the eyes as we see Soldier's impeccable racing lines here. Also showing off the danger of going too fast up the hill. You just fly off the track. But yeah, this is way better. I'm glad we took the break to get this sorted so we can really enjoy the rest of this match. Let's see if we can get going here for the last rounds of Water Glider. Again, want to repeat the format. The players now play until someone has won 4 rounds on a map. So Soldier has 2 right now. If Soldier wins 2 more rounds here, he takes this map win. And then you need 2 map wins to successfully secure your Trackmania Grand League spot. So it could be over in 2 maps here. It could also be over in 5, but we will soon have a new Trackmania Grand League player. And Soldier is in the lead right now, both in the overall standings and in this round. Up on the banked dirt turn, Wosal with a great line there on the inside on the platform as well. Now I can see this gentle steering, the no slide coming through. Soldier will jump up back into first, but Wosal defending his spot with more speed into the underwater part. Careful not to go too fast here, else he will jump out. Wosal challenging McQuattro as he goes into the wall, so it is going to be Wosal and Soldier. Top 2 here, Soldier making contact as well. Wosal with a great chance to secure this one. Would need a mishap here if Link is to have any chances, but will not happen. 57.95 for Wosal, a new best time in the match. And him now putting himself at equal score to Soldier. And we are just going right back. Link now missing that dive down in the water. So if you get floating time, it's not really air time. If you get floating time there, then yeah, sinking time perhaps. It costs a lot. And he's already 1 second behind. Soldier clipping the back wheel. That is why that corner can be very treacherous. Now McQuattro in the lead. If he does not win this one, Wosal will be in finalist mode, and he only has 7/100ths of a lead here in the round. Up the hill now, managing the speed very elegantly, but there is a French player that comes soaring into first, and that is Wosal. Up the grass hill, he will have a very sharp trajectory. Gonna go into the reactor booster in first. McQuattro now very much on the inside, will have a wide line, and that is not gonna set him up well for the last turn here, where Wosal goes on the inside corner, and never mind. Wosal a bit too overzealous. McQuattro gets the point. Oh, Wosal, that is an opportunity you really do not want to throw away here. Especially with Soldier, the fastest player on paper out of the mix. Could have been a good round to secure. A very volatile format here, where one mistake like that in the last corner is all it takes for someone else to take the round win away from you. And now we don't see a mistake from Soldier in the start. And we find him in first place, which might be expected, but McQuattro, great speed into the water part. Can he slow down just enough to keep gripping the uphill? Wosal has some problems to manage his car there. And McQuattro looks like he's hit the wall as well. Soldier now with a commanding lead, half a second before the hoverboard part. McQuattro's way too much on the inside of the turn. The Soldier will extend here. Into the finish he goes. And he will be the first to reach finalist. One more win needed to take the map here. So he will have the red badge. A lot of pressure in Trackmania matches when you reach this stage. Because you know, you just need one more point to close it out. But that is when the nerves get to you. We've seen Soldier in the World Cup last summer. He won 4 rounds in a row, I think, on a map called Bicycle. And then really struggled to secure the finalist mode as the pressure got to him, realizing how close he was, how little there was left to do. But just securing that last win can be tough. Here, a little bit wide in the corner, but will have a diagonal line, which is usually a good link. Not keeping the grip in the uphill, and Soldier way faster in the downhill, but will slide out. McQuattro playing it safer and actually keeping his car under control, keeping that first place for now, but a very shaky water landing means that Soldier will overtake him. This could be the first map win, just needs to fly in as he does to take it home. Soldier with 1 out of 2 map wins necessary here. Exciting first map to start us off. We're going on to map number 2 here, which is going to be Touchdown. So the way this works is that the players have gotten to pick the maps in the order that they placed in the regular season. So Soldier got to pick the first map. He picked Water Glider as his map that he wanted to play. And now Wosal got to pick a map, and he picked Touchdown. So let's take a quick look at the map preview here to see what this one is about. It starts out with a high-speed part into the wall ride. There's a jump onto the grass with some freewheeling, but really what the players are thinking about throughout the race is the ending of this map. And it's called Touchdown for a reason. You see this big jump, gotta jump up, barely collect the checkpoint as low as you can go, and then land back into the next quarter pipe. Do that 2 times in a row, and you will complete Touchdown. Wait, this is Tiny Gap. So, Wosal has picked Tiny Gap here as his map choice. Let's take a look at this one and see how this one is played, of course. You start out with a quarter pipe downhill. Very sharp corners is what really characterizes this map. The downhill drops onto the donuts. Wide quarter pipe jump across, and then it's called Tiny Gap because of the identity where you have to jump and land all the way in this tiny gap. That's the map we're about to be playing here. Of course. Of course. Good focus to everybody in the stream for noticing that, but looks like the server here is having some waiting time, so we'll just give it a moment. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the first match. We're gonna watch Trackmania Grand League Challengers, and then afterwards today, there's also the Trackmania Grand League Final Chance, where the 4 players from 9th to 13th in the regular season have a chance to qualify for the finals. So usually it's the top 8, but they have this one final spot for the players who, you know, didn't have the best season to potentially qualify. So that is Massa, Granadi, Otak, and Papu. And they will be facing off later on. So we're going to follow that. Looks like... yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the... what the plan is. So I'm getting a message we will switch servers, so we'll give that a moment. But yeah, have a look at this matchup. It is Musa versus Grenadi, Otek versus Papu, and then it is the matchup between the two winners. The winner there in match 3 will be the 9th player in the finals. And it's kind of cool that we have a German versus German matchup and a French versus French matchup. That is really just how the regular season in Tmgl winded up. You can see it here. Mudda won it with a fantastic last day, winning step 5 and 6 for 3 champion medals. And if you look a bit at the middle of the scoreboard, Musa in 9th, Otak, Papu, and Grenadi are the players we'll be watching. So we'll have a look at that one too. It's going to be a good day of matches, I am sure. If you haven't seen the map pack, by the way, we're playing Water Glider, Touchdown, Tiny Gap, of course, Quicksand, and Heart. That is the 5 maps that will be played both in this set of matches and in the final chance. So I have gotten the server. We are about to join it for map 2. Let us get in. Here we go. All right, so Soldier has 1 point already. And really, if he wins just one more map now, it's over. That's why it's such an advantage to have the first map pick, because like, if you are Link and you pick the 4th map, well, it might not even get played. That's just the way it is. You win the regular season and you get your first map in, and you win that one, well, now you're looking really solid. I think it's interesting to see Wosao. I think he's just driving here to like keep his focus up, because these delays with server changes and reconnects and stuff, they can, you know, mess a bit with your focus for driving a match. I think he's just playing this one to stay in the zone. It's not the map we will be playing. You can see here just staying sharp, focusing on playing good racing lines, transferring that focus to the next match. Here we go. On to Tiny Gap. So Tiny Gap has a couple of lines you can do that are faster, or at least should be faster, but also very risky. We've seen the Grenadi no slide here in the first downhill. There's also some different end approaches that we've seen. World record here is a 105.32 by Musa. Or is it 104? No, it's 104.32, I think. But anyways, very fast time. Looks like nobody here is going to do the no slide. It's a difficult line to perform. Gains about a 10th. Here you have the sharp 180 turn on the landing. Drop down onto the donuts, and you want to set up for speed for this long straight ice part, where having a good amount of speed usually snowballs into a 10th or so. Low quarter pipe jump, land early into a neo slide. Very difficult drifting technique there to get a slide even at low speed. And then in the uphill here, you can see some players are going to land on the right side of the dirt, some will land on the very left to get more speed into this corner. Then the final jump, you can see the arrows are pointing down for the players to land on this ramp, keep speed into the finish, and if you can do all that well, it's about a 104, 105. We're starting up here in just 5 seconds by the looks of it. Here we go, on Tiny Gap, picked by Wosao. And if Soldier wins this one, he will be in the Trackmania Grand League next season. The other players, if they want the spot, will have to deny him here. It only takes 2 map wins to secure yourself. Wolsal gonna try to do that on home turf here, on his choice. So he's been eyeing this one out for this match. This first round, though, a bit wide before the donut drops. Will cost him a 10th, but here coming back with good speed into the fight for first. Link and Soldier side by side on the drop downs. Now the quarter pipe jump. Wolsal will join them. That speed all the way back from the ice part. Getting him in the mix here. Onto the water part now. Soldier is barely holding on to that lead. Can Wolsal make anything happen in the ending? Will have to have a great last jump into the tiny gap. Setting up here, not the best speed. Soldier getting about a 10th there into the landing zone. Is he too short? No, a perfect landing. And no one will be able to stop him. That is Soldier with a 105.93 to kick us off. Three round wins away. Is this gonna be Soldier's big day here? You always love to see it at the end of the season when some players rise to the occasion and get themselves all the way up into the top division. We saw that with Mime and Otak last season, and they have performed extremely well in the Grand League in their rookie seasons. We saw that with Grenadi as well, and it is always a joy to follow. So here, Soldier is looking like the one to do it, but it's not over yet for the others. As long as they can deny him here, any one of them, the match goes on. Link with a car length lead, but Soldier's pushing in the uphill, going for the right side line. Link will still hold that lead after the turn here, but less speed onto the jump means Soldier has a chance. 213 on the speedometer. Will he get the landing? Who's gonna have the best speed? It looks like Link will be able to take that one away from Soldier by 0.04 of a second and get a point of his own. Link, of course, was in the Trackmania Grand League up until the spring of 2021. 1 year ago. Has played 2 seasons in Challenger, and now is trying to claw his way back up. Oh, McQuattro too wide. That's a big mistake. Will be forced to respawn. 3-player race here into the second half. We see Wolsal on his map choice, taking the lead on this one. He's gotten 2 rounds to warm up now. And needs to make this pick worth it. Wide jump, Soldier chasing him down in the uphill. Better no airtime for Soldier. Out of the water part, will he manage the speed though? Lands about middle, Wolsal on the right, Link on the left, coming back. It's the 3-player battle in the last jump. Link too wide. Soldier releasing a lot. Wolsal will have to release late, and Soldier, with that early release, full speed last jump, takes another win here. Two rounds away now. Oh, and a mistake in the start for Link, who is the only player so far that's been able to challenge Soldier on this map and take a win away from him. Now one of the others will have to do it, or else Soldier will reach finalist here. McQuattro this time not missing that 180 turn. Wolsal with a good wide setup here before the drift will have a lot more speed. Soldier is actually going to fall quite far behind here just based on exit speed. You can see the other 2 players running a bit away with it, but will risk here on the quarter pipes to keep up, to have a chance at taking this one. He's so consistent here. Small mistake before the ice part, but not letting anything go yet. He is within contention to win this round, but so is McQuattro on the tail of the field. Wolsal leading the charge. We're going to the jump now. Will he land that one with a lot of speed, or will it be Soldier to come back here? Wolsal able to defend by 300s yet again. They deny Soldier, and Wolsal gets on the board. It is so difficult though. Soldier has shown that every single round on this map, he is able to drive a 106 low or a 105.9. And it's kind of like, how many times can he apply that pressure to the others? How many times can they defend? Because for him, that doesn't even seem that risky to drive. But for the others, that might be very challenging. We remember that McQuattro, for him, this is one of his best maps actually. From the regular season, I believe he got a champion medal when this was played during that step. So this is one of his better maps. Maybe he can make use of that now. In the lead, 0.2 ahead. Great uphill, downhill transition. But here a bit wide though. Soldia's coming a little bit back into the fray. Into the last jump. McQuattro is going to have to hit this lineup. He's releasing a lot, but that could mean that he's going to land with a lot of speed. Soldier too short, has to respawn. And it will be McQuattro to take this one. 106.07. So everyone else has also managed to get a point, but Soldier is a very tough opponent to face here. Had he released perhaps just a 1/10 of a second less there, he could have maybe secured the round and been a finalist right now. But really, this is where they have to get a lead over him. If he gets to the ending on a lead, it can be very difficult. Link losing a bit of time on that drift. Wosal with a beautiful quarter pipe. Barely able to take the lead on the checkpoint, but it is Soldier with the best exit speed thereafter. Now into the uphill. Looks like it still will be Soldier for about a 1/10 here. And this time, is he going to nail the jump? Wosal is going to try to challenge, but he is going into the jump a bit too fast here. And that might be lower exit speed, but he's still going to try, and he might have the overtake on the finish line. 1/100th of a second to spare there. And he will tie Soldier on the scoreboard. Now, the reason that Wosal picked this map is because on raw pace, he is one of the fastest players on Tiny Gap. Second place on the time attack leaderboards here, just behind Musa, with a 105.36 personal best. World record 105.32. So there, a 106.18. Not really a sweat for Wosal, but it is a difficult map to drive that consistently. Soldier with a difficult trajectory to work with here. He's going to land so much on the inside of that turn that the exit speed is hard to carry. It looks like Link will be able to catch up before the quarter pipe jump. Wide setup, high jump for Link. He might be falling a bit away from the fight. Wosal rolling up into first and into the water. They're actually all three tied up here. Link's gonna go for that left side approach. Look at the entry speed into the jump now, but a difficult landing to manage. Link and Wosal, top 1 and 2. Can Wosal be the one to get finalists here? If he beats Link on the last jump with the exit speed, it will not happen. Link ahead of Soldier and Wosal. Great round by all three players. Link also gets the 2 points. Now, according to my script here, it says that McQuattro will also get his second point and tie us up at all 2-2-2-2 on the scoreboard. But we'll see if I've gotten the updated version of the manuscript. But that would indeed create the best storyline. So let's follow McQuattro here to see if he can keep up with the others. Because if he cannot, then one of the other three players will be finalists here. Just one round win away from winning the map. Soldier in the lead once again. McQuattro with great speed though to overtake the two others. He is Soldier's closest competitor in this round. Into the last checkpoint here. All four players going for it. Who's going to have the best setup? Looks like Link a bit too sideways. Not going to land it, and it will be Soldier to win the round. 105.84 there. And he is on match point. Match point for Soldier. 1 round away from Tmgl. Can he handle the pressure? He still has some breathing room. No one else is finalist yet. He can afford to fail 1 round. At least. Oh, clipping the corner. He might actually be using up that 1 round unless McQuattro wins this one and also goes to 2 points. Link could be finalist here with a win. But it is only 0.3. That's not impossible to catch. We saw Link miss the big jump, and if he does, then Soldier and McQuattro are very close to securing the win themselves. Here, a mistake from Link makes it a very even round. All 3 players within a couple of hundreds into the checkpoint. Is this going to be it for Soldier? Last jump, only 1 player in his way. He's going to try to land with the most amount of action speed. And as Link hits the sign, that will be the fate sealed for Soldier. He is a Trackmania Grand League player. GG. A quick 2-0 sweep to claim the spot. Now I think we can say well deserved. Regular season, 24 wins, 6 losses, 4 champion medals, 2 gold medals. Nearly unstoppable. And now a quick 2-0. He's shown he is just on another level in terms of consistency and pace. He takes the win. We are still going to play for the top 2 and 3 positions here. So we will see who gets 2nd and 3rd in the regular season. Prize money on the line. We are on touchdown, which is McQuattro's map choice. The world record here is a 1:12:11 by Musa. Set 2 days ago in preparation for the final chance match, which is happening right after this one. We will have the final chance match between 9th to 13th in the regular season of Grand League. But for now, let's see who can claim 2nd and 3rd in Challengers. It's a very high-paced map. We haven't seen it since week 2 of Grand League, or 3 rather. And you can see it here. Downhill drift into another high-speed wall ride part. You want to dive into this plastic turn while keeping grip. So a sharp right turn to keep the grip on the plastic. Full left. And then commit fully to the right around the water pool. And now we have the identity on touchdown. A huge quarter pipe jump. You want to collect that ring checkpoint and then land back in the quarter pipe. McQuattro realizing he has to respawn. No chance of surviving that landing. French battle for the first point. Link going high, getting the checkpoint, and landing back down to secure this one. The ending, not really that failable for players at this level. 112.9 to start us off. Also worth noting, as it's been pointed out, that the players here 2nd and 3rd and 4th all have a... Is it 4th as well? That all have a chance? I'm perhaps forgetting, but at least 2 players will have a chance of... all 3 actually have a chance of qualifying to Trackmania Grand League if they beat the bottom players from the regular season of Tmgl in a head-to-head match. Wosal into the wall. So, not over yet for all these players. It's just Soldier getting the automatic qualifier and claiming Spam's spot in the season. But we will see head-to-head matches between these 3 players and also Scrappy, Gwen, and Binks in about a month's time. Here for now, Link getting the jump, McQuattro getting it this time as well. Side by side before the next jump. Link going for the reduced airtime trick, which might pay off here. Look at the nose of his car. It's going to land sooner. Will he have more speed towards the finish? McQuattro is trying to hold on to the lead, and he will by just 200ths there. Great round by both players. And we continue on. See McQuattro there. Great line on the full speed part. Gaining 1500s, which is not unsubstantial here. That is quite a solid lead to gain over Wosal. Link able to keep up with the notes, and McQuattro hitting the penalty grass. That's going to cost him a little bit of speed. Link closer now into the downhill drift. You want to cancel the slide on this wall ride pretty early and build up speed. Link doing that. Great to maybe just gain a few hundreds, but McQuattro's keeping him at a distance. He's keeping charge of this round into the quarter pipe jumps. Lynx is going to set up for this low jump line, so he goes off the side of the ramp early to make the car tilt a bit more on the landing, and that builds speed. He's going to try to do it here again, but this time he might hit the ring, and that's not going to be a landing as he soars down into the abyss. McQuattro is going to take 2 rounds in a row here. 1:12.5. Great winning time. World record is 1:12.1, but that is already really good for McQuattro, not doing the jump tricks, which gains about a 10th per jump, so almost driving the world record pace. And once again in the start here, just look at that wall ride line. It's a 10th to both players. You can see why McQuattro picked this map as his choice. Showcasing great pace here and consistency. Could go for the hat trick. The other 2 players trying their best, but they are points behind, and at that point, even the trick won't really help in catching back up. Link with that low wall ride line, getting closer. McQuattro, difficult transition to manage. Link with an inside line, getting ever closer here. Let's take a look at it once again. McQuattro setting up for a safe jump, but Link, actually, McQuattro showing he might go for that trick now as well. Link just a car length away, trying to do the setup for that early landing. Might have the speed here. McQuattro should be able to hold on with a good last corner around the platform. Ooh, not leaving much room between his wheels on the wall. It's a hat trick. Let's see if he can get the 4th win in a row here. The quadric, perhaps. How does he gain a lead in the start here, though? He waits with the dirt transition to get more speed, really. That's what seems to be the difference maker. And then he just carries that speed all the way to the grass turn. I am terribly sorry for the pun here, chat. You're just gonna have to deal with it. As we see how Link deals with the incredible pressure McQuattro is putting on him in this round. Trying to secure the best possible seed in this match. Link with that inside line will clip the wall ride this time, and now it is only Wosal able to stop him from taking the map win. Can he do it in the last jumps? Wosal not going for the reduced airtime trick, so has to maybe hope for a small mistake on McQuattro's part. As you can see, the gap remains. McQuattro with a low jump. Wosal jumping too low, missing the ring entirely, and decides to drive backwards here, as we see that McQuattro is able to close it out. 1:12.6 and a first map win out of the 2 he needs. Fourth map and Link's choice. We are on Heart. And this map had a crazy world record set just 2 days ago. The world record used to be a 1:0... let me get the number right. Used to be a 1:03.32 by Mime. And then Grenadi showed up on the leaderboards with a 1:03.15. Almost 2 times faster. And that is a massive gap on this map. This is a map that really has no, like, terribly difficult obstacles, and you usually see very close rounds. So getting 1500s here is massive in terms of time attack. We'll see when I play it later. For now, we're gonna see the challenger finalists, but expect rounds to be very close here because it's a pure skill-based map with no weird random obstacle parts that could ruin your run. Here, the only way to gain time is by driving better racing lines. McQuattro, good speed on that downhill, pushing in the corner. And the best thing about that is you're going to carry that speed all the way through to the checkpoint. 2/10 gained. Now the dirt slalom, important here to get the downhill grip. See, both Link and him did it in that dirt turn. And here we found the Link line where you stay on the inside of the dirt, watching the man who did it first onto the uphills. McQuattro managing the identity of the parkour into the finish. No problems, 103.60 to start us off. Great winning time. That is really, really good. That is on par with the winning pace from step 5 and 6 of Grand League. So McQuattro's found the pace here on Hart. And if it is McQuattro that should win here, then he will be facing Scrappy in the head-to-head. And Scrappy has seemed a little bit frightened watching McQuattro play this, so we'll see what ends up happening. But McQuattro is leaving his opponents in the dust right now on Hart. Not his map choice, it is Link's, but look at McQuattro's pace here. Link trying to risk to stay level with him, but will only crash into the wall. McQuattro once again on pace for a 103 mid. If he can land these final jumps, good speed onto the platforms, low air time, no worries about it. 103.6 once again. Oh, Wosa with the shaky transition on the pipe, but he makes it across. Loses about a tenth though into the dirt here. Important to start wide and exit wide all the way up on the banking. Did that really well there, Wosa, but a wide exit here might mean a bit less speed. Struggling to reel his line back in for the setup to the downhill drift. McQuattro once again, great speed on this turn, but now Wosal is able to follow. It's the closest round we've seen. It's McQuattro in the lead by a tenth. Wosal inside line to the slalom. Gets actually right back up in a car length distance, but then loses it. In the downhill, McQuattro once again looking unbeatable here. 3/10 of a lead and just needs to hit these final jumps. Up on the plank now. Up to the platform, and the last two are pretty much a guarantee. Guarantee for McQuattro, 0.7. He's won the last 7 rounds. Can he get the 8th in a row? He is finalist now, and just 1 round away from securing 2nd place this season. A good seed into the head-to-head matches. The others have to try their best to stop him. Link and Wosal. Should they deny him, then we go back through the map order. And Wosal was looking really good on Water Glider, but he DNFs here, not able to stop him. It's only Link with a chance to deny McQuattro now from taking 2nd place. Link having to do it on his map choice of Hart. Wide line on the water, but a good setup to the dirt, perhaps. That 1700th gap will shrink. Link is coming closer to McQuattro, but there is only 2 jumps left. He will have the speed here, though, onto the last part. McQuattro hoping he's able to defend it to the line, and he will. By 0.04 of a second, McQuattro 8 round wins in a row, 2 maps won in a row, and he takes 2nd place. So then we do have that matchup locked in. Scrappy versus McQuattro in the TMGL promotion match. Best of luck to both. There's still one more spot to be fought for here on Quicksand map 5, and then back through the rotation. And now this map, very interesting. You have the two different lines, the inside line and the outside line of that very first tree. The difference is around 0.2 of a second if you go on the right side versus left side. You want right side here. Link gets it, whereas Wosal does not. And Link just has way more speed to work with now because of that line. Did not execute it perfectly, but Wosal will still be a little bit behind. Oh, but he hits the wall in the dirt, and as soon as Link notices this on the checkpoint, he can try to cruise it into a first win here. He will notice it now. 1 second the gap here in the first head-to-head, and this is all about safing it in. You do not need to risk anymore. 1 second after this level is nearly impossible to come back from. You will see Wosal, nothing to lose, just trying to risk. And you will see Link trying to save. So Wosal gaining about 500ths per checkpoint. Maybe a bit more here after the ice. 07 rather. But it's just so far. Link's just trying his best to hold on. Once again, we see Wosal getting closer. But Link, if he just survives the identity here on Quicksand, not the hardest one in the world. Just drive onto the dirt, carry a bit of speed. And we'll take the first point here. So let's see again. Right side of the tree is a must. This time both players get it, and this time Link gets it way better. Oh, but he clips the wall right, and the roles are reversed. And now it is Wosal who will notice it on the checkpoints. Link hasn't even crossed it. He's 6 seconds behind. A formality at this point, but we remember from last week when Mudda crashed the finish upside down. You never really know. I've learned was not count the chickens before they hatch. Let's not call it a win until Wosal crosses the line. You could miss the transition, for example. Gets that right. Could jump right into the pillar here. On the left side, no chance of that happening. Could steer in too early in this turn and faceplant. Looks like he manages that, and at this point, it is all but secured. Just turn a bit to the right. Oh! Looked like he was gonna bait us with the Mudda and go into the finish, but he turns right just in time. It's a 1-1 scoreline, and we are on for round 3. So let's see then. Wosal with the best start now, going high enough to get the wall ride. Link making sure that will not happen again, but a 0.2 of a second gap. Oh, but both will hit the wall. It looks like no, it's only Link. Wosal able to save his line, and Link just DNFs. Retires this round, takes the moment to perhaps stretch, drink a glass of water, and go again on the next one. We will see Wosal go up to a 2-1 lead. So just a formality to close this one out. No knockout rule anymore, no. And I'm quite happy about that. The knockout rule, while it made rounds quicker, it also took away a lot of the tension. Because the maps are usually built with the hardest sections in the ending. And if you get a knockout win due to an early crash, you never really get to watch the players show that they can do those parts consistently, because it is hard to just survive the maps on their own. Wosal missing that start line now. And look at the exit speed for Link. This is a good demonstration of why the players are going for that one. Link here gaining a 10th over Wosal into the bank dirt corner. He will maintain the lead. And this is the first very close round that we've had. Wosal with more speed through the downhill. Into the bobsleigh. Careful not to go too fast on the exit here because you could crash the checkpoint. Wosal's jumping far. It makes it through the arch into the drift. Beautiful low line to secure the lead by just 200s, but Link with a more inside approach onto the grass. Looks like they will balance out just about. Wosal now reclaiming first. Link going for an inside approach. They're back and forth into the last corner. Such a close fight here. Link with a better setup for speed. Could be the comeback on the final stretch, but Wosal able to hold on. Good round by both players, but Wosal will be finalist here on Quicksand. And this time he hits the approach while Link misses it. So big advantage in favor of Wosal in this first finalist attempt. Will be a 0.2 of a second lead. Bank third corner, but he goes into the wall. The pressure gets him here as finalist, and now Link will see it on the split once again. 1 second to work with. And so now he once again has to play the safe game, and believe me, this is difficult to do. You are so used to driving the map in a certain rhythm where you take a large number of risks, and then if you're suddenly told that you can safe it, then your brain kind of like goes out of your usual rhythm. Link misses a free win here, and Wosal can close it out. When you focus too much on safing it, you focus not enough on what you usually do. This should be Wosal taking the map here. And it will. So Wosal with 1 map advantage. First to 2 wins. And we are back on the first map on Water Glider, where Wosal was looking really good. One of the players that was most capable of keeping up with Soldier, who won this map. Let's see how Link can do here. It's all about the seeding into the head-to-head matches. You really want to win here to get the best seed possible, get the best chance possible of qualifying. Can Link beat Wosal 2 maps in a row here to take the 3rd seed? We'll find out. We're on the first round already. Bank dirt turn could be one of the most decisive parts. You don't want to go too high. Want to keep the exit speed. Both players manage. Now onto the no slide. Good gear change from Wosal. Get about a 10th there. Now the uphill turn. You want to release. Go just about under 300 speed. You can see Link going for about 290. If you go a bit faster than that, the car lifts off and you are gone from the track. So important to tether your speed just a bit. Link almost hitting the wall, has to steer sharply to avoid it. Second water bounce, commit for the turn, and Wosal is soaring away in first here, but Link has more speed. Oh, it's close, but not quite the comeback. Wosal, first round and 3 rounds away from securing it. We saw Link get a better start, and he will this time too. Link committing more for the first 2 corners. But this is where we saw Wosal come back a bit in the bank dirt turn, and he will once again. So that is some differences that the players go for in terms of comfort. Link missing the approach here, not getting the best gear change. That is a 0.2 of a second gap, a 0.3 even, between them. And Link has a very difficult round if he wants to win it. Needs to find it in the ending, but Wosal looked like he had a really good line last time. This time, Link gaining a 10th on the grass. Now onto the water. An awkward approach for Wosal means that Link will be in first, will take this one and equal on the scoreboard 1-1. Back and forth here. Okay. So we've seen some trends now. Link, usually the best start. Gets a better approach in the plastic. But Wosal has a really good entry to the bank dirt corner. And here we might see him extend his first place. Just goes higher earlier and carries more speed. That is already 0.2 of a second that he gained. And this is perhaps how he was able to keep up with Soldier earlier on. Link looking like he's struggling a bit here with the pace. Last time he was able to win due to a slower line from Wosal, and this time, once again, his safer lines are paying off. As he goes up into first before the ending. 0.3 of a lead. First bounce, wait for the second one, then commit into the turn. Is Wosal gonna have a shot at this? He's gonna try at the very least, and he will snipe it away by 0.05 of a second. Two to one. We are now waiting. Looks like we're back. Fourth round on the map. Wosal getting closer and closer to closing out the match. 2 points needed. Link needs 3 and then to win the next map as well. So it's a long road, but he could get us there. To the final map of the match. But Wosal is not driving any slower in the start. We always see this 0.3 of a second gap into the uphill turn, and here he will maintain the grip in this round, making it possible to get finalist mode. The Link clips on the inside. Wosal loses a bit of grip. It's about equal in terms of the gap. But here, Wosal, one more corner. Link crashes out. Wosal will get finalist status. Let's see. Here we go. Oh. Looks like we are having a skip temporarily. I was just about to mention the world record, 57:12 by Mime. We are seeing 58.3, which is great winning times, but we have also seen winning times in the past of 57.7, 0.6. I believe Soldier had a 0.8 when he won. But very exciting that we are getting to the end of the season. Immediately after this, we will have the final chance matches. So I'm just going to show you a preview of these. They're coming up. The first match that will be played is Massa versus Grenadi. The winner of that match will face the winner of Otak versus Papu in match number 3. And whichever of those two players win will qualify for the playoffs, which are happening next weekend. So next weekend we get to know who wins Trackmania Grand League playoffs, and one of these 4 players will be in the finals. It's a German matchup and a French matchup. And it's the same format that we're seeing here. So it's going to be exciting. It's happening immediately after we get our results here. Let's see who will win the battle between Link and Wosal. Oh, Link into the wall. We could have a conclusion soon. This is going to be a very difficult comeback, but we saw throws happen with commanding leads earlier. Nothing's over yet. This map is difficult to survive on its own. Wosal with a chance to close it out though. And this is a high pressure situation. Needs to slow down enough in the uphill that he avoids a jump. He will do so. We can see the gap remain about the same. Link not getting much closer. Wosal just trying to carry it home here. Second bounce commit for the turn. And he has this one in his court. 57.91 to close us out. A new best time in the match. And that is the finals of Trackmania Grand League Challengers. Soldier wins ahead of McQuattro, Link in fourth, and Wosal in third. GG's. Soldier is in Trackmania Grand League next season. McQuattro, Wosal, and Link will be facing off against Scrappy, Gwen, and Binks. And the winner of those matches will have a chance at getting a spot for themselves. Awesome. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We're casting today. I put on my casting outfit. I'm a average Trackmania enjoyer. Just sitting here on Easter Sunday, enjoying some fine Trackmania gameplay. It's cool to bring it to you guys. I'm having fun. Hope you guys are having fun watching. We will have Final Chance now, coming up. And we're going to have a look at the match previews. So, we're starting off, guys. The next match. Let's take a deep dive, because it is Massa versus Grenadi. Eine echte gute match. I think two players that placed just about the same in the overall season standings. Actually, a bit different. You had Massa, who was able to claim a champion medal in week 1, and then he got 1 gold and 4 bronze medals. Whereas you see Grenadi, consistent gold performances. I believe he had 3 golds in the first 3 steps, and then not the best steps near the end of the season, but alas, they both ended up between 9th and 12th, and we will have a head-to-head matchup here between the two players. If we look at starting with Massa's stats this season, we can see that he has a 14-6 win-loss ratio. And the medals, as we said, previous accomplishment is 4th in the World Cup, winning Gamers Assembly, I believe it was 2016. 2nd place from there as well. Uses a PlayStation controller and plays with camera 1. And you have quite the opposite with Grenadi, who, as we said, ranked 12th, 14-6 as well in the win-loss ratio. 7th in his first Trackmania Grand League season, and now 12th. He uses a Logitech G923. If you don't know what that is a steering wheel. He's the only player in the league that plays with a steering wheel and uses the internal camera. So he's kind of like playing it as a sim racer, and Massa's playing it as if it's like Rocket League. So 2 different approaches. Also, kind of a generational battle here, you know? You have like the young German player versus the old German player, and the same is true for the French matchup between Otak and Papu. So interesting to see the new versus the old. Massa's, well, both are very established names now in the league, but I think you feel especially good if you're able to defeat your countrymen here and claim the final chance spot. So let's get ourselves on the server and watch this 1 versus 1 match. Quite simply. Not sure if we can get ourselves on the servers yet. See what I get here in the... Oh, I have it. They're starting in 2 minutes. We get ourselves in there in time. Tell your friends this is happening, chat. I know people are like celebrating Easter and stuff. Hope you guys have a good day. But if you have nothing to do while waiting for your family dinner or something, why not? Also, did one of my lights go out? I think one did. Go to my lights, call it a day. There we go, much better. Just noticed. Let's get in game, yes, chat, with Masa versus Granat. Oh, it's a jam. Oh, it's a party out here.